Hey guys, welcome back. Again, I'm really sorry it's been so long. A lot has gone on in these past few months. I was teaching for a while, now I have a new job. Then I went and built my new computer, and that left me out of commission for a while as well, but I am back now. And here we are. And guys, I would like to thank you so much for helping me reach 950 subscribers. We're almost to 1,000. Let's see if we can make it happen, alright? Let's see if we can make it happen. So, when we left off, there was a lot going on in the game. We had just seen our two protagonists start dating, and we're now going to see where it goes from there. Let's go ahead and get this started. What do you think of Akemi and Tomo? Not too bad, right? Not at all. Tomo-senpai seemed a little scary at first, but I realized that he wasn't scary at all once I started talking to him. Akemi-senpai is really cheerful and lively, and they're both really nice. Akemi wanted to walk home with Sachi and me after school, but her and Tomo's houses are in the opposite direction. As Tomo was dragging her off, she waved at Sachi and yelled, "See you tomorrow!" And we started heading home ourselves, taking the same path we always do. You know, if she's bothering you, there's nothing wrong with telling her so. She certainly has a lot of energy, but I really like being around her. If I could talk to people as easily as she does, I think I'd be really happy. I'm glad that you like her so much then. I think you'll get used to their quirks. To be honest, I haven't known them that long myself. I've never had plans for the weekend, though. Aside from our... Anyway, I'm looking forward to going out with everyone. It's going to be great. Akemi came up with a good plan this time. It seems, but yeah. Well, loose and have fun. I butchered that line so bad. What is punctuation? What is stopping in a human sentence? Okay. Okay. I'll try. Don't try. Don't try to have fun. Just, have fun. That's not what I mean. It's just... I have a lot to worry about now. What do you mean? We're going to be hanging out with other people, so I don't want to look all shabby like this with my clothes all tattered and stuff, since I'm your girlfriend now. I mean, I can't change my face and I don't have any stylish clothes, but I can at least brush my hair and cover up my wounds. Well, yeah, that wouldn't hurt. I think I should take off the bandage on my head too. Oh, right, senpai. Yes? Do you, want to touch my scar? Huh? I didn't think she'd ever bring that up again. I'm not really sure what to say. The one on my forehead, I mean. It doesn't hurt anymore, so it's fine if you want to touch it. Do you? I mean, last time you let me, it was because you wanted to repay me. Is that what you're doing now? I am still grateful to you, Mamoru-senpai. Mamoru-senpai? It's been a while. And I still want to repay you, but I'm your, girlfriend, so this time, it's because I want to make you happy. Oh. Well, thanks. That does make me happy. I know it's a weird thing to ask. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just forget it. No, I do want to. The words came out of my mouth before I could stop myself. Oh, okay. She seems set on it. I guess I can't get out of this. I know she wants to do something nice for me, but isn't this kind of strange? Not that I don't have any interest in touching her scars, but... Wait. Are we doing this here? Aren't we on the way home from school? I guess we are on a street without anyone else around, but... Oh, this way, senpai. She takes me by the hand and leads me into a narrow alleyway between two buildings. Hey, Okay. Can you take off my bandage, please? She leans her bag against the nearby wall and then looks at me expectantly. Moving here hasn't really changed anything. It'll just be a lot stranger if anyone happens upon us. And anyone who walks past this alleyway probably will be able to see us. The space between Sachi and me suddenly seems almost solid, but I force myself to wade through it as she keeps her eye focused on me. Alright, just a sec. I can't help but hesitate a bit, but after a moment I steel myself. I put my own bag down next to Sachi's and face her. Right, I have to take off her bandages first, I guess. I reach my hand towards Sachi's bag and begin to unfasten them as Sachi tilts her head forward and closes her eye. I'm only taking off her bandages, but she suddenly looks completely vulnerable. I start to feel like I'm about to violate her somehow. I begin to unravel the bandages from her head, looping them around my hand so they won't fall to the floor. As I remove more and more of the wrapping, the gauze beneath it begins to show. Finally, I get the last of it off, and I discard what I've collected on top of our stuff. With the bandages off her head, Sachi opens her eye and looks up at me. I look down to meet her eye as it gleams wetly from the faint light that penetrates the alley. Gazing at the unperturbed eye before me, I suddenly feel like I'm falling into it. The feeling is so intense, and I can't tear myself away from that black pit. Go ahead. She shuts her eye again, closing what little distance is left between us. She puts her hand to my chest and leans into me. Her touch takes me by surprise, but after a moment, I put my own hand on her shoulder. I smooth over her messy hair with my free hand and brush her bangs away from her eye. I feel her shoulder tense as I run my fingers across her hair. She must be as nervous as I am. The scar that was hidden beneath the bandages is on the right side of her head, just below her hairline. The outline of the wound has started to turn dark purple, like a bruise, but the wound itself, a slanted cut, has all but closed up. The cut isn't actually that big, but the dark outline makes it look worse than it is. I steady my hand over her temple and gently brush my finger over the wound, trying my best not to hurt her. As I slide my hand over her face, she lets out the breath she'd been holding, and the strength seems to drain out of her. I feel the weight of her slight body press on my chest as she leans into me more, but I keep my hand steady. I trace the wound, making sure to be even more careful than I was with the one on her hand. The heart of this wound is rough, in contrast to its smoother edges, and my fingers seem to keep coming back to it. Sachi suddenly seems completely exhausted, and her shoulders shoulder shudders beneath my hands. The hand over her wound freezes up. Sachi opens her eye and looks up at me again. I'm okay. And again, she seems to lose all of her strength, all but collapsing into my arms. I start stroking the wound once more, and after a little while, she begins to shudder whenever my fingers make contact with her skin. She's so cute. I'm just touching her wound, but it's starting to feel like I'm doing much more than that to her. Sachi huddled in my arms as she is, seems so drained. It's like she doesn't even have enough strength to stand up anymore. And I'm the one thing supporting her. Thanks, for that. I think I'm satisfied. Yeah, right. Really. I don't know what I might have done if we hadn't stopped. I wanted to stay like that so badly. Her pressed against me with my arms wrapped around her, but I had to end it. Oh, okay. Sachi seems reluctant to separate from me, and she stares up at me longingly. For several moments, neither of us can tear ourselves away from each other's gazes. But I forced myself to break away. I gather our bags up off the floor and hand Sachi's over to her. Here you go. Oh, thank you. We exit the narrow alleyway with Sachi's bandages in tow and start heading home again. Senpai? Yeah? Did you, like it? Oh, yeah, I did. Thanks. You can touch it anytime you want, Senpai. I'm just wondering, is this an actual fetish? Is this a thing, like touching wounds? I mean, I know like the whole movie trope of like, oh, the scars on your back, can I touch them kind of thing? But it's like, it seems to be taking a whole new interpretation of it. I mean, people like what they like. I'm not judging, but I'm just wondering. It's a little new to me. Sure. I feel like I might lose my mind if this sort of thing keeps happening. I can't ask her to let me do that again. The two of us walk on in silence, unsure of what to say to each other. I keep glancing at Sachi out of the corner of my eye, and eventually I catch her doing the same to me. When our gazes meet, we both remain silent, but Sachi smiles broadly. I can't help but return the smile, though. I feel really embarrassed and quickly look straight ahead again. This silly incident repeats itself a few times before we finally arrive at Sachi's house. Well, see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Just as we're about to go our separate ways, the front door to Sachi's house opens, and we both turn towards it reflexively. Mayumi is standing there in the narrow doorway, not looking at all surprised, and she walks briskly over to us. Welcome home, Sachi. Good afternoon, Mamoru-kun. Hello, Mayumi-san. I stand there, dazed. She spares me a quick glance before turning to Sachi. Sachi, I know you just got home, but I'd like you to do some shopping for me. Yes. I'll change my clothes. No need. I prefer you to do it right away. Here's a list with everything I need and some money. Just go to the convenience store. It should only take 10 minutes or so, I think. Okay. See you tomorrow, Senpai. Sachi, oblivious, takes the note Mayumi handed her and starts off, almost running towards the convenience store. I'm thinking she wants to talk to us, and she's trying to do it alone. What the hell? What was the point of having her do that? Mayumi didn't really look like she was in a hurry to get whatever it was she sent Sachi for. Come to think of it, why didn't she at least wait until I was gone to send Sachi out? I'll be going now. Mamoru, can you not read the air? Can you not read it? Koki no yomu. Alright. I think I pronounced it like this. Koki. I should not be talking about Japanese in the middle of that. Okay, let's carry on here. Sachi's gone shopping, so I don't have any reason to be here. It's Kuki. There we go. Okay, sorry. I had to get that straight. Anyway, I guess I'll head home. And wait a moment. If you would, Mamoru-kun, I'd like to talk to you. Huh? To me? Well, now I can't leave. What could she possibly want to talk to me about, though? Her daughter has a new boyfriend. Well, not her daughter, but under her custody, pretty much. I'm just gonna say daughter for simplicity's sake, okay? Okay, she lives with her, she's her guardian. Just let me get by with that, please. So, yeah. I wonder what she could want to talk to you about, Mamoru. I wonder. Let's see. Yes, to you. What for? Yesterday, Sachi came home looking like she had been crying her eye out. I'd like to know why, and I think you might be able to tell me. Crying? Sachi didn't tell you? Well, I hear quite a bit from her, There's one thing I'd like to hear from you, though. Are you teasing her with all this? Having fun at her expense? What? No, I would never do. Really? Yes, I swear. I see. Well, if that's true, I'm glad to hear it. But I wonder, do you think you can take care of her? What? Yes, I do. What do you mean by that? I assume you know that Sachi and I do not have the best relationship. I think it might be irresponsible of me to ask this of you, but I'd like you to be someone she can rely on. Does that mean you're not willing to let her rely on you? No, I was not implying that. It's just that I don't think she is willing to do so any longer. Sachi is... You're saying that she doesn't want to be around you? That she doesn't trust you? Yes, and that is more or less what she has said. It's understandable, however. Has Sachi told you about her mother, my sister? Yes, a bit. The two of us were inseparable as children. When she was on her deathbed, she begged me to take care of Sachi after she was gone, and so I adopted her child. So yeah, she is pretty much her mother because she adopted her. Sachi said something like that as well. At that time, my line of thinking was that Sachi was the reason that my sister's husband had disappeared, and that she had worked herself to death. None of that is Sachi's fault. In the back of my mind, I knew the girl was innocent, but I had just lost my beloved sister, and I had no one to blame but her, so I convinced myself that she was responsible. I never told her that I blamed her, but I'm sure she knew it nonetheless. She soon began to keep her head down, even in the house. After that, there was no conversation between us, beyond the bare minimum. I behaved like a child. I tried to involve her in my life as little as possible, and she did the same to me. She had just lost her mother, but I was too caught up in my own grief, too selfish to spare even one kind word for her. Thinking back, it is truly shameful. It is truly shameful way to have behaved. It is a truly... And also, I'll probably need to come up with a more consistent voice for her later on, or maybe even get a female to voice in this for me. If you guys would like me to get a partner to do this with so they can do the girl voices, let me know. I can be arranged. I just don't know, since I've already started this one, doing it this way, if you guys would like me to keep in this format, or if you'd like me to go and do that. With my new computer, I should be able to handle that without it corrupting on me. I haven't tried it yet, but I think. So let me know in the comments below. Alright, sorry about that. But once she got to high school, she started coming home with numerous cuts and bruises. It was then that I realized I had neglected my beloved sister's final wish. I knew then that I had let her down. But if you realize that, why didn't you try to help her? I did try. I wanted to know what was happening to her, of course, but she only told me that she had fallen, that nothing had happened to her, and now it's too late for me to help her. But she changed, after she met you. Me? Yes, at first, I was cautious of you, thinking that you might be the one responsible for her injuries. I'm sorry that I was not more amiable the last time we met. Oh, yeah, no problem. I guess that's why she was overbearing back then. She does seem less uptight compared to the last time. Her stare was so icy then, totally different from how she is now. Although, I suppose she was ready to accuse me of hurting Sachi from the moment she met me. Ever since the day I first saw you... Ever since the day I first saw you in front of our house, that girl has been smiling more than ever before. She goes back to staring at the ground as soon as she notices me, of course. But still, when I gave her money on the day you two went out, she was the happiest I'd ever seen her. She even thanked me several times. I'd never seen her like that before. It actually startled me, but her face at that time, delighted as she was nothing less than adorable. And that was the first time she had ever asked something of me as well. It made me quite happy, and all of that is thanks to you. So you don't hate Sachi then, I take it? I do not. I thought I did for a long time. However, and I'm paying for that now. If you're admitting all of this to me now, why not tell it all to Sachi too? I'm not sure she'd be willing to listen to me, even if I tried. I'm the source of many bitter memories for her, you know. I think she'd listen. She's grateful to you for taking care of her. She doesn't want to cause you any trouble. She told me that herself. But I don't know how I could possibly connect with her after everything I've done. Mayumi looks away from me, suddenly looking very troubled. She seems fixed on something, and I follow her line of sight to the street corner to see Sachi walking towards us, her head down once again. It looks like it's time to wrap this up. Mamoru-kun, please keep everything I've told you a secret from Sachi. No! That is not the way to fix it. Shh. No. Alright, look, alright? I'm here to give the personal relationship advice. This isn't romantic relationship, this is personal relationship, family relationship advice, okay? Well, it might work in a relationship too. I mean, I don't have too much experience in that regard, but this, alright, look, if you have a big divide between the two of you, like, you know, something big happens, why, you know, you just gotta express it, okay? Especially in a case like this, you gotta express it. You gotta come out, you gotta come clean, you gotta lay it all bare on the table. Just lay it out there. Lay it out there. Come to terms, get together, become a good, happy family again, okay? Alright, good. Glad we could have this talk. And with that, I think it's time to end the episode here, guys. Alright? So again, I'm so sorry for it taking so long to get this out. I'll try to be more consistent, maybe once a week. I do have work Monday through Friday, so I can't really do it then too much. I might be able to upload sometimes on the weekend if I'm feeling really good on a day after work or something. For the most part, it'll probably be the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. I'm recording this on Saturday, probably will upload it on Sunday. Again, that'll probably be the schedule. Let me know what you guys want. I'll see what I can do. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and have a fantastic evening, day, whatever it is where you are. Laters.